Bro, I used to be so socially anxious, and it honestly ruined my life. Like, I literally couldn't speak to anyone, not even my family. Like, I literally used to sit in my room crying because of how lonely and socially anxious I was, because everyone hated being around me. No one wanted to be around me, because I had this like thing that when I would speak to someone, always, my mind would just wander off into some other thing. Like, I would like speak to someone, and always when someone else was speaking, my mind would just go elsewhere. I would just be thinking of something else. And that, of course, made people hate me because I wasn't giving them my attention, and they would just notice that I wasn't being present in conversations. And that, of course, made people hate me, of course, right? And now I'm happy to say that probably everywhere I go, I am that popular guy. I am that popular guy that everyone wants to be around, everyone loves speaking to. And I'm not saying this to boast or say that I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying this to show you just the power of self-improvement, just the power of, you know, the things that I will tell you in this video, and that you can do it too. Like, I literally had severe social anxiety. I couldn't speak to people, let alone make people like me. And now I'm that popular guy, right? In school, in work, in like training, in the gym, in everywhere I go, I'm that popular guy because of these two things that I did. So there are two things that will make you the most popular guy in school, in class, in the club, like literally everywhere you go. You will be that popular guy if you do these two things, right? So the first thing that will literally make you so popular, that will make you that popular guy that literally everyone loves being around, that everyone just loves like talking to you, and everyone just wants to be your friend. And I'm just gonna be blunt and honest here, is be attractive. It's to be attractive, and we know this, bro. Like, there have been so many studies and meta-analyses that, and we know this is true, bro. We know this is true. When you are attractive, people literally perceive you as friendly, warm, mentally healthy, intelligent, dominant, you know, more sexually attractive, you know, more social, more warm, just literally everything good is perceived when you are attractive. To men and women, by the way. So if you want to be that guy that literally all of the guys respect and want to be around and want to be your friend, and all women want you, be attractive. You have to be attractive, bro. You will literally be that guy that all the men respect and want to be your friend, and all the women are literally sexually like attracted to you and literally lust over you and want to be with you, right? And of course, the single greatest way to become more attractive is to build an aesthetic physique. That's 90% of it. 90% of being attractive is just going to the gym, you know, building muscle, building good muscle, but also being lean, right? Building that aesthetic physique. That's literally the single greatest way to become more attractive to girls and guys. And not in a gay way, but to be more attractive is to build an aesthetic physique. And I know, bro, you're probably saying, well, man, no, people are judging me off of my appearance, and this is so shallow, people are judging me off of my appearance, but it's the fucking truth. It's the fucking brutally honest truth, is people who are more attractive are perceived as better people. It's the truth. And you can either bitch and moan like all these beta, stupid, you know, fat, obese people who are like, no, people should love me for me, and these people are fat phobic and all this bullshit, who are destroying their health. Or you can man the fuck up and be a real fucking man, which I know you are, and implement this and become the most attractive version of you. And it starts with building an aesthetic physique. That's literally 90% of being attractive. It's just building a physique where you have like wide shoulders and like a narrow waist. So you build like your delts and your back, so you have like a V taper, and you have a lot of muscle, but you're also like lean. That's like the most attractive physique for women. That's like the hourglass shape in women, where you know when you like look at a woman, right, and even if her face like looks all fucked up and her face is not that attractive, but she has like the hourglass where she has like a low waist to hip ratio, so her waist is small and her hips are big. You're like, I would fucking like dominate that woman. I would fucking like destroy her, right? It's the same thing for us. When you build that aesthetic physique, that physique where you have like wide shoulders and narrow waist, which is probably the opposite of what we find attractive in women, you have that same like sexual, you know, lustful, primal attraction that even if a woman is trying not to look at you, she will be extremely attracted to you. So an aesthetic physique will not only make girls obsessed with you, you know, chase you, approach with you, flirt with you, and overall be like sexually in. Also, men will want to be friends with you. Because simply they assume more positive traits about you. They assume that you are nicer, you're more intelligent, you're just a better person, that you're kind, you know. And these things, of course, will make men want to be around you more. They will make men respect you more, right? And they just assume more positive traits in you just because you're attractive, without even saying a single word. So this right here, being attractive, is literally overpowered. It's literally overpowered. So the first thing, and this is a big one, bro. Like, this is a big one. Don't overlook this, bro. Be attractive. And I've done a lot of videos on how to be more attractive, you know, like in detail, but just be attractive, you know, go to the gym, build that aesthetic physique where you got those wide shoulders and that narrow waist. You will not only make girls like obsessed with you, but also men will respect you and men will want to be your friends. So the first thing is be attractive. Now, the second thing is simply to be that popular guy is social skills. So, you know, bro, there are like people, you probably know this person in your class, or you even see them online, right? There's like certain people who have this like aura, who have this like charisma, who are just, people just love being around them. They are just so popular. They have this like aura and charisma. Like, think like Robert Downey Jr., like The Rock, like these Mark Wahlberg, like all these famous celebrities. People just love being around them. They have this like aura and charisma. Just people just love being around them. Maybe it's someone in your family, someone in like your class, in your school. You know, there's just certain people who are just always just so popular. Just people just love being around them. And you know why? You know how they do it? They have this like charisma and aura. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's because they know something that you don't know. There is one thing, one simple fact that if you know, you will become like these guys. And these guys know it and they don't want you to know it. But when you know this one simple thing, it will give you that charisma, and it will make you that popular guy. Now, the thing they do is they fulfill a very deep desire humans have, that is literally as deep as breathing, as eating food, as drinking water, bro, as having sex. It's a deep, fundamental core desire in human nature, and it's probably the deepest desire in human nature that probably we do everything for. It's a very deep desire. This one thing that all the popular guys do, that makes them popular, that gives them the charisma, that gives them the aura, is simply, this is the deep desire that people have, is a desire for a feeling of importance. A feeling of importance. Just think about this, bro. Think about this. A feeling of importance is the deepest desire in human nature. It's as deep as eating food, as drinking water, as breathing. It is such a deep fundamental desire. And think about it. Like, we do everything to feel important. Everything we do. Everything I do as well, I do it to feel important. Like, why do I go to the gym and like build muscle? Because of course I want to be attractive and I want to feel important, right? Why do I read books like these books? Because I want to give you value so that you can make me feel important, right? And I'm not ashamed to do that because I'm human. I want to feel important, right? And people, bro, will literally pay millions and millions and even billions of dollars to fulfill this deep desire by buying like designer clothes and cars and all that. They buy all this materialistic stuff to feel important. You know, not only men, but women as well. Like women, they always buy like this fake makeup. They always spend hours to put on makeup and wear like these fancy clothes and all this like dresses and skirts and all these things. And they take like tons and tons of like Instagram photos, right? And they do that so that men can make them feel important. So everything we do it to feel important. And people, bro, and this is a fact, people are so deprived and hungry for this feeling of importance that the rare people who fulfill this feeling of importance are the popular guys, are the people who are so popular. And I will show you exactly how to fulfill this feeling of importance. The question here becomes, well, how do you make people feel important? And there are 6 ways, and I've explained these 6 ways in a lot of the videos I've made recently, but I'll say them again very quickly, right? There are 6 key ways, core ways to make people feel important. And if you just pick one of these and you practice it, I promise you, you will have way more fun than you have right now. All right, so the first way is to be genuinely interested in other people. Be genuinely interested in other people. Being genuinely interested in other people is, how do I explain it? Like, you have to have this interest in other people. Like, think about, you know what's the most, like you probably have had this question in your life that you've just asked yourself in your brain, like, what is the one, you know, word or pronoun or whatever you want to call it, just the one word that people say the most, that people just always say, just the word that is said the most, always, the word that is said the most, it's a pronoun, and it's the personal pronoun I. People say I the most. I went to the store, I bought this book, I sat on this chair, I went to this vacation, I, which shows that people care about not you, they don't care about me, they care about themselves. They are genuinely, and they are so interested in themselves, especially in this modern world we live in. Everyone is so focused on themselves in this world that the rare person who is genuinely interested in other people will make all the friends, will get everyone's attention, because everyone is interested in themselves. So when you just shift your brain and you just tell yourself, you know what, I'm not gonna be interested in myself, I'm gonna be interested in other people. And people are so hungry for people who are interested in them. So when you are genuinely interested in others, and you're like leaning forward and you're like listening and you're like paying attention to others, people will love you. Like Dale Carnegie has the quote in this book, which actually I got the 6 principles from this book, How to Influence People, is he says this, you know, quote, which is so true, is that you can make more friends in 2 months by being genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to make other people interested in you. So focus on the other person, focus on what the other person is saying, focus on what the other person likes, see his point of view, right? That's how you be genuinely interested in other people. And not just like in your behavior, like in your body language. You lean forward like with a smile, you're giving the other person attention. That is how you be genuinely interested in other people. You give other people your attention, you are interested in them. And if you think about it, like, other people are so interesting. Like, when you just practice this, you know, everyone has their own stories, their own experiences, their own things that you can learn from them, right? You know, I don't know who it was who said this quote. It was Einstein who said this quote, which is, I see every man and I listen to every man as my superior in some way, as he is better than him in some way. So Einstein listens to or sees every person as he is superior to him, as that person is superior to him, so he listens to him, he is genuinely interested in him, right? So be genuinely interested in other people. And I know this is a bit hard because you are interested in yourself. So it takes a little bit of practice, but I promise you, if you practice just telling yourself, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on the other person. I'm just gonna focus on the other person and what he wants. And I listen to him and I'm gonna focus on what he's saying and I'm gonna focus on his interests, not mine. You just practice this like every single day. It just becomes natural, it just becomes subconscious, and you do it without even realizing, right? So the first thing is be genuinely interested in other people, right? I know this was a bit hard, but the second one is a lot more simple. It's actually very simple. It's extremely simple. It's just smile, right? The second way to make people feel important is to smile. And smiling is actually, it goes to the first thing that we said, it makes you more attractive. It shows people, it shows the other person that, you know, I like you, I like being around you, I love what you're saying, I love your life, I love your experiences. And that makes people so important. Like, think about everyone, you know, when they want to feel important by buying famous cars or buying like houses, or, you know, buying like really expensive yachts, or, you know, buying islands and buying all this expensive clothes and changing their faces and all that, but they don't change the most important thing about their physical appearance, which is just a smile. Just a genuine smile. It just makes people feel so important and makes people love you, right? A smile signals to the other person, I like you, I love what you're saying, right? I am interested in you. So second one, and it is so simple. And if you, as I know this sounds like really weird, but if you just practice smiling in your everyday, you will have way more friends. Just smiling, just practicing smiling will make you way more friends. And actually, studies show that if you smile, if you just force a smile, you instantly become happy. I don't know really the science behind this, but you instantly become happy when you just force a smile on your face, right? So the second thing is smile. Now the third thing, so we've said be genuinely interested in other people and smile. The third way to make people like you and be that popular guy, to have charisma, to have aura, is to make people feel important. Essentially is number 3 is remember people's names. You know, Dale Carnegie says in the book How to Influence and Influence People, this book right here, a person's name is the sweetest and most beautiful sound a person can hear in any language. You know what's the one word that people love hearing the most? The one singular word that people just, they love hearing. It's like music to their ears. Like, they just love hearing. It's not like I love you, or, you know, you're the best. Like, of course, these words are amazing, but it's actually their name. People's name is the single word that they just love hearing, because it goes back to the fundamental principle, the fundamental desire of making people feel important. Like, my name, Kevin, when someone always calls me Kevin, what do you think of this? Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. It's my own name. Like, no one really has my name. Of course, a lot of people are named Kevin, but I'm just the only person with that name. Same thing for you, bro. You have a name, so when people keep calling you that name, it makes you feel special. It makes you feel important, because you're the only person with that name, right? Just saying people's names makes people really, really, really like you and appreciate you and just want to be around you, because it makes people feel important. Because a person's name, it's the person's accountability. It's that person's, identity, right? And I'm just gonna be honest with you, like, just having a first impression, like if you meet your friend, let's say his name is John, right? And you're like, hey, John, and you shake his hand like this, instantly you made John like you, because in your like handshake you were like genuinely interested, like, hey, and you're like smiling, which is the second principle, and you said, hey, John, so you said the third principle, which is people's names, and you shake his hand. Instantly, within like 2 or 3 seconds, you made John literally obsessed with you. You made John just love being around you, because you fulfilled a very, very deep in him. This should be your first impression with literally everyone, which is, hey, John, hey, Daisy, hey, Mark. It just needs to be like that. Smile, people's names, and interested in the other person, all right? You know what most people's first impression is? Hey, how you doing? That sucks. That's literally the exact opposite. Just, hey, how are you, man? Not interested in the other person, no enthusiasm, no smile, and no name. And this was my first impression for literally years and years and years, which made people just not want to be around me, because I'm just like this, hey, how you doing? Not saying people's names, not smiling, not interested in other people, which of course made people not want to be around me. So just a first impression, just meeting someone and saying, hey, John, that makes people love you. That makes people feel so, so, so important, and makes people literally love being around you. I'll actually tell you a story here. So yesterday I went with my dad's friends, right? So my dad has like his like friends at work and all that. So I went with my dad's friends, and my dad's friends, they have sons, right? So, and this was my first ever time meeting them. So I had this like football, and we were playing football together, and I was like, hey, George, hey, Matthew, hey, John, and just saying their names a lot, like, pass to me, John, pass to me, Mark, give me the ball, like, just saying people's names like with a smile, right, and being genuinely interested in them. And that just made all of the kids just love me and just love being around me, and we all just loved playing football together. And even my friends, my dad's friends, loved being around me because I was repeating their names. Hey, Mr. John, hey, just repeating people's names and smiling, right? This literally happened yesterday, bro. This literally happened yesterday. I was like, you know what? I keep saying on camera like these 6 principles, why don't I just practice them today? And that made just literally everyone just love being around me, all right? So these principles work. They fucking work. They work. I know at the beginning you might feel that they don't really work that much, but just keep practicing them, and I promise you, in 2 weeks, you will notice that they work. You will notice that you make a lot of friends. All right, so the third thing is, remember people's names, right? Now, the fourth thing, and this is a big one. And it takes a real man to do this. It's listen to others. Listening, bro. I think the thing that most people crave right now is just a good listener. Like most people, literally everyone wants a good listener, because we all have our own ideas, we all have our own experiences, and we just want to just keep talking and talking and talking, and for someone to just sit and just listen to us, not even say a word, just sit and listen to us, just speak about our stories, speak about our experiences, speak about our relationships, you know. Everyone wants that. Like people will literally go and pay thousands of dollars to famous therapists just for the therapist to just listen to them for like 15 to 30 minutes. They will pay money, they will literally pay physical money for just people to listen to them and their problems. That's how people crave listening. And listening makes people feel so important. It makes people feel really, really, really important when you just listen to them. You just give them your attention, right? And I think, in my opinion, most of your conversations, probably like all of your conversations, should be 90% listening. If you actually want to take this seriously, bro, if you actually want to make friends. And I know, bro, you might think, well, no, man, you have this like a bit of insecurity. Well, man, I can never get friends, I can never listen to people. But the thing is, if you really think about it, you're 29 minutes into this video, you've been listening to me ramble and ramble and ramble on for all this time. And yeah, I know this is just like a video, like you're not listening to me in real life, but you've been listening to me ramble for 29 minutes. Why not just do that in just real life? Just listen to people. It's really, really simple. Just listen to people. You know, go pause this video right now, bro, and just talk to your mother and just listen to her. Just listen to all her problems. You know, and she will really, really love you and appreciate you. Right? Go and talk to your dad about his work and just listen to him. People love people being listened to. And actually tell you a story here. So I was with my group of friends, right? And we meet this other group of friends where I don't really know, but my friends know, that sort of situation, right? So we go into this like cafe, this like fancy cafe, and we're all sitting together in this like big table, and everyone is just speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking, and everyone's talking about his experience, his story, his experience in the gym and all that. And I'm just sitting like this, literally I'm sitting like this, you know, with my hands like this, smiling and just listening to everyone. Just pure listening to everyone's experiences and like nodding and just pure listening to everyone. And the weird thing that happened, like this was like, you know, we get like 15 minutes into the conversation, one of my friends looks at me and he's like, hey Kevin, why don't you tell us about you? Because I've literally made everyone feel important in that table just by me listening without saying a fucking word, right? So my friend looks at me and he's like, well, why don't you just tell us about your life and your experiences? And all of my friends like hype me up, you know, like, yo, you know guys, he reads books, he has like a YouTube channel, he goes to the gym, and all of the other groups, all of the other like the other group of friends, they're like, wow man, that's sick bro, and I'm gonna subscribe to you and all that. So just because I listened to people and I was genuinely interested and I was smiling, the reverse happened, right? Everyone then started being interested in me because I was first interested in them and listening to them. That's what I need you to understand, bro, is listen to others. Practice, it takes practice, honestly, because of course you want to talk, you want to speak because speaking makes you feel important. But to make other people feel important, you have to listen. To make friends, you have to listen. and it takes practice. All right, so just practice listening to others. All right, number 5. So that's number 4 is listen. Right now we've said be genuinely interested in other people, smile, remember people's names, and number 4, listen to others. Number 5, boys, is, and this is the shit that they don't teach you in school, is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. I'm gonna give you a story here. So the other day I was in health class, right? Because I'm still in school, I'm still in grade 10. And I was in health class. So the teacher's explaining, you need to have good health, you need physical health, mental health, and social health. So how do you have social health? How do you have good social health? And there's like this part in the book where, how do you make friends? Right? For social health, to be socially healthy, how do you make friends? And the tips in this book that like we're supposed to be reading in school are just, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like the tips here are terrible. Like the tips are literally, bro, be an interesting person, be outgoing. You have to be interesting. Bro, that's the exact opposite of what you should do. There's this stupid, ridiculous idea that you have to be an interesting person, you have to be interesting, so go to the gym, make money to be an interesting person. Bro, nobody fucking cares about you. I'm just gonna be blunt. Nobody fucking cares about you. Nobody cares about how interesting you are. Nobody cares about how interesting I am. Everyone cares about how interesting they are. So literally, and this is literally the way to be interesting, be interested. I'm gonna say this again. To be interesting, be interested. Be interested in the other person. Talk in terms of the other person's interest, that just simply means talk in what the other person is interested in. So if you have like a friend, you maybe have a friend in school who really likes, football, who really likes, basketball, who really likes cars. Even if you don't give a fuck about that shit, even if you don't care about it at all, just go and tell your friend, do you like Messi or Ronaldo more? Like the guy who likes football. And he'll just speak, he'll just keep rambling on and you just listen to him. Your friend who likes basketball, hey, did you see that 3-pointer that, Steph Curry just hit, last week? Your friends who like cars, you tell them, hey, do you like, Mercedes or BMW? Like, honestly, bro, like, you probably know just a little bit of information about probably like every single topic. Just a little bit of information. So just tell the other person, like, did you see, I don't know anything about cars. I don't know any shit about cars. But when I see, like, one of my friends, he cares about cars, I ask him, do you like BMW or Mercedes more? And he's like, of course, Mercedes, right? I don't know. So why do you like Mercedes? Well, yeah, it's because of the engine, it's because of the, the steering wheel, the interior is better, like just things like that. And I just keep listening. And he's like, you're a really interesting person. I don't know anything about cars, but because I was interested in the other person, he then became interested in me, right? So talking what the other person is interested about. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm the most interesting person. Like, me and you, we're the most interesting people in the world. Like, bro, think about it. We go to the gym. We get girls, right? We make money. We try to make money. We read. We meditate. We journal. We take care of our skin, our health, our hair, we improve ourselves in every single aspect. That is the most interesting person. That's the most interesting thing ever, right? We improve ourselves. But do you think, bro, when I meet someone, I talk about myself? Of course not. Of course, no, I talk about the other person, because no matter how interesting I am or how interesting you are, the other people, they care about themselves. So the way to become interesting, you have to be interested first for people to become interested in you. So talking what the other person is interested in. So be genuinely interested in other people, smile, remember people's names, listen to others, talk in terms of the other person's interests, and the last thing, probably the way to make people feel important, the greatest way to make people feel important, and the simplest and easiest way, honestly, is to praise them. Hey, that's a really nice book you're reading. Hey, you got really nice shoes. What brand are they? Hey, that's a nice, curtain you got at your house. Hey, you're a really cute girl. What's your name? Praising people makes people feel really, really important and makes people love you. Just little compliments like that, and genuine compliments. This is the thing, genuine. You have to genuinely think that that girl is cute, and if you tell her, she will be like, oh, that's so nice of you, right? You have to genuinely like the other person's shoes, and you tell him, hey, I appreciate that, man. Like, you have to genuinely praise people. That's the thing about it. You have to genuinely praise. The praise has to be genuine. You can't just flatter people, because people will just see right through it. Praise people. Like, if you have like a friend who's really good at basketball, hey, you're really, really good at basketball, bro. That 3-point was sick. Instantly, that person will really, really want to be a friend, because you praised him, right? So just compliment people throughout your day, and this is really simple. Like, even just saying thank you to the waiter is a form of praise. When a waiter just drops the food down and you eat it and it tastes good, tell him, hey, this food was amazing. Like, I literally, when I go to the chef or the guy who's serving me and I tell him, hey, this food was really, really nice, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I really like the food that you're serving. And you just see the waiter's eyes, like, and his face just light up, right? Like, he just lights up, because all day, like, think about it, bro. Think about the other person's point of view. Think about it. All day, that waiter, all day, man, he's been getting criticism, he's been getting condemned, everyone's been hating on him, this food is terrible. So when you're that rare guy who just tells the waiter, hey man, this food was amazing, he'll be like, man, you're that's amazing of you, bro. Like, anything you need, I'll get you, you're the best, right? Literally tell you a story. Like, this story literally happened like a week ago. I was getting this like haircut, I think it looks nice, honestly. So I went into the barber shop where I usually get like haircuts there, and the guy who usually gives me haircuts, he's not there. The usual barber, he's not there. So there's this like new, just starting out sort of barber, and I sensed that he was like feeling a little bit down, right? So he's like this new guy. So he was giving me like this, like when he was cutting my hair, I was just complimenting him and praising him throughout when he was cutting my hair. So I was like, hey man, praising him, like, man, like, you're such a good barber, like, thank you, man, that was amazing. And I actually asked him like, hey, like, what's your name? And he was like, Mohammed, so like Arab guy. And I was like, hey Muhammad, that's amazing, bro, thank you so much, bro. And his face just lit up, literally his face just lit up, and he was like, hey man, you're the best. Like, every time he told me, like, every time you come by here, I'll give you like a free haircut if you want. Like, because people literally have this hunger for feeling important. So when you praise them, when you listen to them, when you like talking what they're interested in, when you're genuinely interested in them, when you say their name, when you smile, it just lightens them up, bro. Like this is even like beyond making friends and all that, being popular, you know, making guy friends and, you know, getting girls and all that. Beyond all that, just the positivity and the kindness that you get from other people is just amazing, man. It's just amazing to just see someone who's been getting criticism after criticism and getting condemned and condemned and condemned, and you're that guy who praises them. Like, people just light up. They light up. Like, praise could literally, and there's studies that have shown this, praise can literally save people from committing suicide. That's how powerful praise is, bro. Genuine praise. Now, the problem is that most people, they do the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do. And this is why most people are lonely, by the way. Most people criticize when people are doing something bad, and they stop talking, they are silent when people are doing good. You should do the exact opposite of this. So what you should do, right? Listen to this closely. You should praise people when they are doing good, and you should be silent. You should stop talking. You should not speak at all when people are doing something bad. Right? I promise you, if you do this shift, you will be that popular guy. I promise you, bro. If you do this shift where instead of, you know, criticizing people when they are doing bad and not talking at all when people are doing good, no. Instead, you stop talking when people are doing bad, when people are, you know, when someone like does something wrong or something like that, you stop talking and you praise people when they are doing good, you will be that popular guy. And there are actually studies have been shown, not only on humans but on animals as well, like dogs who are treated when they give like dogs treats when they are doing good behavior, those dogs learn faster than the dogs who are punished when they do bad behavior. Way faster, actually, significantly faster. So those are the 6 things to be that popular guy. So of course, the first thing, the basis, is to be attractive, be an attractive person. And the 6 pillars are: be genuinely interested in other people, smile, remember people's names, talk in terms of the other person's interests, listen, and praise them. Now, the last thing, I just want you, right? I just want you to imagine someone. Like, just close your eyes, and I just want you to imagine someone, right? Or actually, I just remembered like a really, really good example that I'll tell you that actually happened in my personal life that just shows you how powerful this is. So, and I know I keep talking about this, but I'm just telling you this to show you that this works. I'm just telling you this to show you that this works. And of course, I'm saying this to feel important as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm human, but I'm just telling you this to show you, prove that this actually works, right? So, this was like a few weeks ago. We at school, we have a huge problem with English teachers. So, in 10th grade, right? We've had basically 4 English teachers who have came at school, teach a bit, and then they leave, and then another one comes. He teaches a bit and then he leaves, and then another one comes and he teaches a bit and then he leaves. And just all the students just hate the teachers. They just don't like them. And we have this teacher, and I love this teacher, by the way. He's like a man. He's a mister, and he's jacked, you know, massive guy, you know, big shoulders, huge arms, right? You know, wide back. And he looks like an attractive man, you know, well dressed, wearing like a polo shirt, right? And instantly, just all of us as boys, we just went to that guy, right? And we just instantly, we just loved him. We kept asking him like, hey, like what's your split? Because all of me and my friends were like into like gym and all that. What's your split? You know, how much protein do you eat? We just keep asking him like questions about the gym, and everyone just left, and we were all like, hey, that guy's amazing, right? He's an amazing guy. That's the best teacher we ever had. And everyone's saying that, and I was like, you know what? The studies are actually right. I literally got this realization. Yes, of course, that's right. Attractive people are treated better. And not only us guys, like all of the girls in class as well. They went to that teacher and were like flirting with him and all that because he was a muscular, good-looking, attractive guy. So that's like an example for being attractive makes you popular, right? Now, this is the last thing. This is the last thing I will ask you to do is just imagine someone. Close your eyes and imagine someone. And this guy is like a new kid at your school, right? Or at your work. And he's like this good-looking, you know, muscular guy who's well-dressed, you know, he has good shoulders, good arms, big back, you know, big chest. It just looks like an attractive person. And you see him, and he's smiling at you, and he's like, hey man, how you doing? What's your name? And you tell him his name, and he keeps repeating your name, and you're talking to him like you're talking to him about like work and everything that's happening in work and all that. He's like genuinely interested in you. He's listening to you all the time. He like praises you on like you know, the clothes that you're wearing, like, man, that's a nice t-shirt. Like, just imagine that. Of course, that guy, you would love that guy. And not only you, everyone would love that guy. Everyone would love that guy, and that guy would be that popular guy. All right, so I'll just revise real quick. Be attractive, build an aesthetic physique at the gym. That's the first thing. And the second thing is practice good social skills, which are be genuinely interested in other people, smile, remember people's names, talk in terms of the other person's interests, listen, and praise people. As always, bro, we're in this together, and we're gonna make it, bro. I promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.